Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Shattered Dungeons, the show where we play through a game called Shattered Dawn, and you find out just how terrible we are on the internet for everyone to see, to hear, to feel, and most importantly, to take in. Tonight, we wanted to give a huge shout out to Mythical Mountain Games over in Jacksonville, Florida. If you're in Jacksonville, like some of us are, we love that store. Not only do they carry Shattered Dawn, but they do these mini conventions throughout the course of the year that really help build the tabletop gaming, nerd, geek culture community. They're super cool, super awesome people, and they are just on fire for what they do. So definitely go check them out. They're incredible. If you haven't guessed, last week we did a two-parter. So we had the adventure of Mr. Business being lost in the forest, as well as our primary group of heroes just kind of getting to their home city and figuring out what's going on. So tonight, as we're playing, we do have one major kind of change to how we run the stream. Instead of doing live video for all of our cast, we've had a lot of trouble with that. So we've changed to doing primarily audio with your Arcmaster, myself, doing the live video portion. So that's our most major announcement, I believe. Without further ado, this, friends, is Shattered Dungeons. Let's begin. As the group prepares to leave the city in the early morning, the nightmarish dream you shared still weighs heavily. Looking forward to the predicament at hand, you wonder how you will go about finding not only Mr. Business, but the artifact he holds as well. You fear the worst and anticipate more assassins in possession of the artifact, and prepared for your attempts at retrieving it. As you begin to exit the city gate of Kuldir, a familiar face to most of you comes into view. It's Mr. Business! You greet one another and begin to share stories of the past 2 days.
Oh, it's so good to see you!
Hello, friends!
Where were you?
Well, I ran off, I had to go take care of some business, and when I turned around, you were all gone. So then I just started wandering around, and I found a nice little, patch of sunlight, to take a nap in, and, but then I had to take care of that business, so I went back to business, and, guys, did you know this lion head thing can be a lamp, and I'll pull it out, David, and then pour all of my magicka into it?
Okay, so as you channel your potency into the object, the rest of the group notices that the totem starts to glow a bright cyan light.
Whoa.
Some ghost told me about it, and he showed me how to do this.
And
So what exactly is doing this do? It just provides light, or is there something else going on?
I don't know. He said I had to protect it, though.
That's interesting, because a ghost told us we had to return it to its rightful owner.
You know what? I actually, hold on a second. Reg pulls out a couple of pieces of parchment and starts shuffling through them. I actually made a list of stuff you missed while you was gone. This might be helpful. Let's see here. We started a buddy system. Buddy? No, best buddy. We's met Pax. That's her right there. She's real nice.
Hello.
Some guys outside our tents. They was not so nice. Let's see, what's next here? We found the guy from the poster. He was dead. Thingy makes you go crazy. And then a jelly ghost cut me in a dream, and now I'm afraid to sleep.
I'm sorry. Did you say the lion thing makes you go crazy?
That is apparently what we found out.
Interesting. I'll see if can I like turn the light off.
Yeah. As you kind of do that, it fades into its normal colors and texture. Nothing too crazy, but it feels pretty normal at this point.
Okay. I'm just gonna put it away now and be like, well, interesting. Hello, new person.
Hi. Your friends told me about their Mr. Business.
Yes, maybe you've heard of me. Clearly you have.
From your friends, yes, I have.
Word is spreading.
Indeed.
That is typically how conversations work, yes.
Your friends were kind enough to allow me to join their crew and perhaps get part of the payment for delivering this artifact.
Great.
Well, we aren't quite sure who we're delivering it to yet, but we were going to go to a druid circle up north.
Well, the person we were supposed to deliver it to is no more.
That was on the list. He's dead.
He's dead. So, wait, so a ghost tells us, in no uncertain terms, return the artifact to its rightful owner. But Mr. Business is told... What were you told?
I was told to protect it. To protect the lion, the statuette thing.
Huh.
And then he disappeared. The ghost went away.
And the ghost wasn't threatening to, I don't know, kill you?
No, we had a very lovely conversation.
How did you...
No, our ghost wasn't so kind.
No.
Well,
You guys all feel that you've exchanged enough information. The task at hand, you know that the artifact is extremely powerful. You know that Mr. Business has figured out a way to channel some of that power into at least making it light up. On top of that, you also realize that assassins are looking for this artifact. You have each ran into assassins trying to take the artifact from you. You know that you'll need more information to find out either who its rightful owner is or who to protect it from. And you think your best bet, like Masena said, is to go to the druid circle out to the east.
Okay.
Let's go to the druid.
I meant east when I said north.
Yeah, sorry.
Right.
North of Cold Deer
It's
is
okay, I
water.
like that mistake a lot.
Yes.
It's fine.
So, do you begin to set out on your journey?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, wait, did anybody want to... Were we going to try to... Did anybody want to get rid of their excess daggers?
Mm-hmm.
Do we need supplies for our journey?
Oh, we probably will need supplies.
Most
Also,
of you
I
have spent
found-
the last 12 hours preparing for this journey. Your original intent was to find Mr. Business, but he is found. So he is the only one unprepared for a lengthy journey as it stands.
I didn't have any money. Am I still prepared?
Yes, most of it, like I've said before, this town is kind of where you've been living. So all of your normal possessions and your places that you've been living at, specifically your inn rooms, most of your belongings are there. So you're prepared enough. I wouldn't say you're, Boy Scout prepared for anything, but you are prepared enough for a journey that'll last a week or two.
Sure.
Also, I found these things, and I'll pull out my the spell tome of Cold Gust. and then this like ornate shirt that has a bunch of ruins on it, and be like, I don't know anything about this kind of stuff, and I just kind of hold it out toward the group.
Ooh.
Huh. Reg will poke the shirt.
I think Pax wants to try the shirt on. It looks fancy.
Pax, roll 3 1d100, please.
Wait, roll 3?
Yep.
Oops, hold on. Remind me, it's
Slash roll space
Slash
1d100.
You want me to roll 3 of these?
Yep.
Oops.
It's all good. The ornate shirt, as you're inspecting it, you kind of see the runes, read the runes, you're familiar with them. You realize they improve your armor rating. And your character realizes it provides more potent protection. As far as character terms go, when you're wearing the shirt, you gain plus 10 total armor rating.
Does anyone else want the shirt of protection? Messena, perhaps?
It's just like a tunic.
Correct.
I am incredibly squishy and bad at combat, so
You are squishy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't need any extra armor. I'm, my wrestling abilities makes me always prepared for business time, but maybe you could use it.
if no one else wishes to claim it, then of course I will take it.
You bestow
I don't
Messena
think any of
with
us want to see you get hurt.
you bestow Messena with the shirt.
Messena, consider yourself bestowed.
so that's plus 10 armor?
Yep, on top of all your normal stuff.
Sure. What color is the tunic?
It's a purplish,
Okay.
like a dull purple.
Hey, check this out. So I took a bunch of daggers off of the guys that did try to kill us in our sleep, and then I took their belts, and he points at his chest where he has turned their belts into like a bandolier to hold all the daggers.
He's very excited.
So good.
Impressive.
And I've been practicing throwing them. It's pretty cool.
That's right. Things at the things.
Very nice. Very nice.
That's right. I remember what you taught me. Throw stuff at the other stuff.
Right. Pointy end goes in the other man.
So,
Stick twice.
as a group, you decide it's time to leave. You assist Mr. Business in getting prepared for the adventure at hand, and you are off. The first day of your journey is uneventful, but as the sun rises on the second day, unanticipated calm watches over the group. The day trudges on. A group of adventurers is spotted in the distance. As your two groups near, their features are made clear. There's an Alarison, who is clearly the leader, two Solethal, a male and a female, a Basilican, and a Dargoth, who is clearly a pack mule and lurches behind them, carrying their belongings. Let me switch our scene. Wrong scene. Accidentally sent you to the Nightmare Town. Ooh.
Oh, God.
The wastes.
Yes.
Just to let you know, upon noticing another Dargoth, Reg is kind of going to slump down a little bit and try and kind of more of just not be noticeable as much as possible.
Understood. So the group is walking towards you. Clearly they are on a journey, much as you are. They're heading towards Kuldir. You are leaving from Kuldir. Before we kind of start interacting, who is standing at the front of the group, of your group?
Not Reg. Not anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fred should back.
I mean, I think I would definitely be willing to always like be in front. You know, like I think I am the most recognizable one of the group. I think so.
A mascot, if you will.
Mascot. I think Pax is kind of towards the middle-ish. She kind of likes to sneak around a bit.
Mm-hmm. All right. So the Alarison, Jerian, steps forward a couple of feet. He looks your group over, and then finally says, "You, what brings you this way? And may we operate without any violence."
Well, you know, I don't think we would set out to seek violence right away. What's your business? Why y'all heading into town?
We're traveling from where we came from to the city of Violka, passing through Koldir. Where are you heading?
I don't know. I'm probably not the one you should talk to.
We're heading. Can I name like a city that is vaguely in the direction we're going, but definitely not where we're going?
You know, Mivra is way further than you're intending to go, but it's in the same direction.
Sure. Yeah. So I'll tell them we're headed to Mivra.
Ah, Mivra. It's a wonderful city. At the mention of Mivra, the two Soul Ethel kind of walk forward to join Jerian. Mivra, you say? Mivra is a wonderful city. You will make absolute welcome travelers in the city of Mivra.
Huh. That's a weird way to say that.
Well, truth be told, I've been kind of looking at each one of you, seeing how to take each one of you out should you provide any sort of opportunity to showcase my very, very potent abilities.
Yeah, that's gonna be a niche. Draw my sword.
Oh, no, you misunderstand me. What I mean to say is you all look very weak, as though you would be easily dealt with should you try to assault us.
Are you trying to insult us?
No, I'm simply stating a fact.
Well, what's the vibe that I get from like these guys? Like, how strong or weak do they look? You know, like in comparison to like my training. Like, I assume I've spent enough time around fighters to kind of like maybe be like, they look pretty strong.
Roll a performance check. You can definitely pick up that they all know their way around combat situations. One has a great axe, one has a bow and arrow, one wields sword shield. They all seem like they can handle themselves. You kind of guesstimate if you guys were to take them on, it'd be a pretty even fight.
Did they draw their weapons?
No one has weapons drawn. Jerian turns
on that
around.
note, maybe we should just pass each other by and bid each other adieu.
I see no problem with that, says Jerian. I say, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I pray that no harm comes to you in the near future. Jerian goes by kind of to the north of you.
I step to the side.
Okay. The Basilican and the Dargoth kind of lead toward the back. As they get about right here, your groups are kind of passing without trying to be too obvious you're being safe. And the Dargoth in the back notices you, Reg, and he says, "You Dargoth?"
Yeah.
Me Dargoth. You me. Brothers.
Yeah.
What bring here you?
Getting strong and all that.
You like me. You not strong. You weak.
You don't have to do that.
Me serve Jerian.
Good for you, I guess.
Farkuth, the Dargoth, kind of takes a step towards you, Reg. The rest of the group seems to be like carrying on. They haven't noticed that he's fallen back a little bit. The Basilican is noticing that Farkuth is kind of still behind a ways, so he hangs back just in case. And he leans into you as close as he can get without provoking anybody, and says, Take me with you. Save me, Jerian, bad man. Bad man.
Uh-oh.
At this moment, Jerian turns around, notices Farkuth, and says, You, slave! Bring yourself over here as part of the group, or I shall deal with you accordingly. Farkuth kind of has a sullen look about him and trudges toward the group.
What do you want to do?
Say again?
Who are you saying that to?
I'm saying it. What's his name again? Sorry.
Farkuth is the Dargoth. Yeah.
What is it that you want?
He says, I want free. Me free. No slave. Me want free.
And take it.
What do you do?
Edge is pulling out Bernie just in case, but he is definitely giving him, trying to give him, I guess, some more of a encouragement. His own fate into his own hands.
Gotcha. Roll a
Reg, put that
speechcraft
down.
check.
You said speechcraft?
Yep. Well then, 98 compared to Farkuth's 99. You see the light of hope in his eyes. However, just as quickly as it's shown, it fades. He trudges back towards the group, and you can tell that he's not going to take his matters into his own hands by really without some outside force acting on his behalf. Masena, what do you say?
I'm telling Reg to put the axe down, but
Okay.
it's like stage whispering it.
Gotcha. So, does
I
anyone
start
else?
moving up to the. I start moving up to the other group.
Okay. The Basilican turns around and goes. Go ahead.
It seems your friend doesn't want to be with you any longer.
Jerian turns around. He goes. You say this word friend. Of whom do you speak?
I just hit this guy right here next to me.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
At that too.
You go to roll your sword, or you go to swing your sword at the Basilican in front of you, and he's quick enough. He darts out of the way of your blade. He goes, "Stay your blade, young one. You do not know whom you mess with."
I come back around with the left cross.
Okay. He dodges you once more. This will be your last warning.
Should we,
Jarian walks forward. You, stop that. That's just going to annoy me. The Basilican walks backwards. Farkuth, back in line now. Farkuth walks behind. Jarian steps another pace forward. He turns to you, Caden. Listen. You know as well as I do that this thing is but a piece of property. You can purchase him from me if you would like him so much that you're willing to assault a thing you don't even realize could kill you. But it will have to be worth my while.
I think it's time, Mr. Business, I think will make his way to behind this guy. And, maybe we can talk business. And then as I Stone Cold Stunner him.
Okay, go for it.
Let's see. That.
That is most definitely a hit on the leader, correct?
Yes.
All right, roll your second attack.
Oh.
That is a whiff, complete whiff right there.
Yeah.
All right, everyone go ahead and roll initiative.
Is Reg ain't it able to jump into just before then?
No. Well, actually, roll a stamina check. We'll see. Absolutely, you can roll an attack there, Jordan. 137 for the stamina check. Hit. How much damage?
That's 81.
Whew. All right. He is...
Not a thing.
He is hurt. All right. Reg, what was your initiative?
I didn't roll it yet, sorry.
Messena?
Mine was 69.
Caden?
23.
Mr. Business?
77.
Pax?
Apparently I'm napping. It was 6.
Wonderful. You were noticing the stars above. Reg? All right. Mr. Business, you're up first. You get your first full turn.
All right. Well, he definitely, broke out of the stunner, but now I'm going to do a couple of gut punches real fast to see if I can't knock him off his guard.
Okay.
All right.
That is a critical hit, my friend.
Ooh.
98. 98 takes it. Roll your second set of punches. That is not worthwhile.
I am just one pause working today.
Yeah. You go for a flurry of different punches and blows and kicks and things. You're able to hit him in some places where his armor isn't really very effective. So with that, it is up to Messena.
Messena, obviously disturbed, is going to hang back and shout to her companions, what are you doing? We don't have to do this. The best case scenario, we end up enemies of the law.
I'm going to move you so you can be in frame a little bit more. Is that your whole turn?
Yeah, I'm not doing anything.
Smart choice. Plausible deniability for when these other jokers die.
I don't know these people.
After Messena, it is Reg.
Speaking just more of a guttural.
After the flurry of blows from Mr. Business, he's reeling for a moment, and as you lift up your blade, he kind of catches what you're about to do and is able to kind of tuck and roll away from you. He ends up right here. You miss your attack because of his dodge. After that is their turn. Prepare for some wonderful things. Mr. Business, Jirian takes his sword out and slashes at you. Does 104 hit?
Yes, it does.
You take 46 points of damage.
Cool.
Asirio goes over to Reg and is also going to take a swing with his blade at you, Reg. Does that hit?
No.
Does that hit? What was that?
Yes, that one does.
All right. You also take 46 points of damage. So he swings wildly with his first one, and as you're dodging that, he sees where you're going and goes to stab you. Let's see. Farkuth kind of runs over to the southeast behind some rocks and kind of just cowers. The Basilican comes over to you, Caden, and simply says, "I am going to love this." He swings at you with his axe. Does 101 hit?
101?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. You take 47 points of damage. Okay, what's going on here? There you go.
There's wards first. Don't forget the wards.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we were warded, which was not affected by the jelly combat.
No, we would have refreshed everything before leaving town anyhow.
All right, so I'm just going to add back 40, right? That's the... So everyone's taking minimal damage now, comparatively. Leandra, the Solethal female, is going to take a shot at you, Mr. Business. And hers is this. Does 123 hit?
Yeah, it does.
All right, you take 76 points of
Actually,
damage.
if he's warded, that stacks on there, so he's at 140, isn't he? His armor rating would be 140.
Mr. Business, I think, would be 140. Because he has the 50 from the unarmed. He has something
The
else,
base
and then
50.
he gets the ward.
Yeah.
I don't think he got hit that first turn either.
Well, wait,
Oh,
no,
wait,
the
I'm
ward's
dead.
broken.
Yeah, I also.
Yeah, the ward is all off on everybody because everyone's taken more than 40 points of damage.
Yeah, no, but if his armor rating with the ward was at 140 when we started, he didn't. There was the attack roll against him was under 140, so it wouldn't have hit, right?
True. However, this is one of those things where, because it wasn't stated earlier, those hits still count.
Yeah,
All right.
just
So.
forgetful player. We call it something else sometimes too. So yeah.
Mr. Business has taken 76 points of damage now and is not in a great place emotionally or physically. With that, it is Pax, your go.
Hooray!
Your friends are getting slaughtered. What are you doing?
They are getting slaughtered. Well, I'm trying to figure out, does this guy have any weapons on him or no?
He's got a great axe behind his back, but it looks as though he's almost afraid to use it.
Okay. I want to come over here and see if I can coax him out to fight for his freedom.
Okay. Roll a speechcraft check and then tell me what you say.
Okay. So speechcraft, I get plus 10.
Mm-hmm.
So I do 1d100 plus 10, right?
Yep.
That's not
What do
great.
you say to him?
What's his name? I'm sorry.
Farkuth. He hasn't introduced himself to you, though. He's certainly no Reg.
That's... Farkuth, hello. My name is Pax. Look, things are getting rather sticky, but we're all out here to stick up for you. Will you stick up for us?
He looks at you and goes, You mean me free?
You have to fight for your freedom, my friend, but you have friends in us.
Me free! Me free! And as he continues to yell that, he draws his axe and charges forth into the fray. He's not clear on who he's supposed to be fighting, but he really hates Jarian. So he's going to... this is obviously on your turn right now, but he's going to go ahead and swing against Jarian. It misses, but he is enraged right now. So.
All right, so I'm gonna follow up right behind him as close as I dare because he's flailing about so, and shout encouragements.
Okie doke. Are you gonna try and take a shot at anybody?
He's starting to wail on Jarian.
Correct.
Can I get a clear shot at the Slytherin here?
Yep, Mr. Business is doing acrobatics right now, so you can kind of land your shot.
Always put it on a show.
Yeah.
Oops. So, I use my bow and arrows against him.
That is definitely a hit. How much damage do you do? Oh wait, no, sorry. I looked at the wrong thing. I looked at my roll.
My bow and arrow is plus 41.
All right. So
is that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Woo, critical hit. So you deal 82
right
damage. You land it right in his right chest plate. And it goes through kind of the seam in his armor. With that, it is back to Mr. Business.
Okay, I am going to kind of, given how much I've got left and how hard this guy hits, I'm going to back up a little bit. And I will switch to, I have a heavy crossbow, or a iron crossbow.
Is it the one you found in the forest?
No, I also have that, though. Actually, I will pull that one out, the wood crossbow.
Okay. Take a shot.
Just to see, because that's new. And I think that is just raw. Or is it plus 14?
The wooden one is a step down from the iron. Like 1 point.
Okay.
So your ammo is the same bonus, it's just that one. So just negative 1 to whatever you had. Through all the fighting, and you trying to finagle the crossbow out, you're just kind of frazzled. So you go to shoot, and it just lands short in the dirt and rocks before Jarian. Masena, it's your turn.
Wait, I still haven't gotten my turn. I'm kind of confused, I guess.
Oh, crap. Caden, sorry. My bad. Caden, you're up.
Because we've just started the next turn series, haven't we?
Yeah,
So
that
I
was...
missed the first round.
Yep, sorry. Go ahead and go, Caden.
I'm going to cast ward on myself, so I take 25, but I got a 40-point ward.
Okay.
Let's see, it'll put me at...
I got it. You're at 248.
Okay. And now I'm going to attack with my sword.
Okay, go for it. And that is exactly the sound it makes as you miss the basilican in front of you. He dodges out of the way.
The basilican's almost dead, though, isn't he, at this point?
Possibly. You're not quite sure. He's basilicans can regrow parts of their body, so he's not phased by the pain he's in.
Okay.
But he is certainly not dead. So.
Gotcha.
So, are you going to move anywhere else, Caden?
No.
Okay. After that is now it should be Messena, if I'm not mistaken.
Sure. So just to recap, none of you guys are hurt, right?
Teensy bit, but nothing major yet.
The person most injured is Mr. Business. He is at low health.
So is this like some sort of like rocky, like, are these like some large stones or something, or what are these?
Yep, that's kind of, as you're looking to the south, it's almost like you're at the foothills of a mountain. So these are like rocky outcroppings leading up into the hill. They look like they've been there a while. They're pretty sturdy. It looks like you can run, jump on them, and they really won't fall apart on you, minus the smaller gravelly rocks.
Is this space easily walked through?
Yeah, for the most part. You'll have to be conscious of where you're walking, but you can get through it quickly. It's like a hop, not anything crazy.
All right, I'm gonna go hide over here.
Okay. Roll a stealth check.
Okay. Where's my stealth? I did put points in. Okay, that's sneak, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oof! Wow.
You believe you are hidden to the best of your ability.
Yep.
While you're sneaking, you say, "I'm sneaking!" No.
I will have no part in this. I'm leaving. And then obviously, like, Goose walks behind a rock.
Yeah.
Cover your eyes, Messena. And we can't see you.
After Messena is Reg.
All right, Reg is gonna move forward and say to, was it Farkuth?
Farkuth.
Farkuth, excuse me. You fight. Sorry. Freedom. And is gonna take another stab.
In his current state, that is a hit. You deal a large amount of damage to him, if I'm not mistaken.
81 with fire.
And you decapitate him. His body falls to the floor. He's dead.
Can I talk again before my turn ends, or?
Yep.
Say to his other men, choice. It doesn't have to be yours. You can leave in person.
Roll a speech check.
Not gonna get a 98 again.
Two, three, four. So the basilican of the group looks at Caden and goes, "So, now that he's dead, I have no quarrel with you." He begins to step back from you, Caden, and try and run over towards Farkuth. Leandara and Asario kind of lock eyes and go, "You will all pay for your insolence. He was the one who's paying us." They plan to continue the attack. With that, it is their turn. Farkuth takes a step forward towards Leandara. Asario takes a step towards Reg, and they are going to attack. Farkuth gets a critical hit on Leandara. Clearly, he's got a lot of pent-up rage going on. She takes
152.
Yeah, 52. Thanks. Points of damage. He lobs her right arm completely off. She can't fire her bow and arrow anymore. Asario, in the same way, goes to attack you, Reg. That hits. You take 46 points of damage.
Reg is just going to turn around and just give a mighty glare.
He is definitely angry. Caden, I'm not forgetting you this turn. It is your turn.
I am going to step up here, and I'm going to hook my boy Reg up with a ward.
Okay.
And I take 25.
Okay.
Thank you, Kane.
And I look at this person that's behind him attacking him.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, you can still get paid from the dude's corpse, but if you wish to die, so be it. And then I swing my sword.
Okay. Roll a speechcraft check also.
Okay. The 84 is the speechcraft. Huh.
Okay. And roll your attack.
My attack's above it is the 71.
Oh, okay, sweet. So what happens, you say that, you swing your sword almost to, or it's more of a lunge to pierce him. He parries your attack and kind of locks with you a little bit, shoulder to shoulder, and says, That is not a bad idea. I will cease my attack if you will cease yours.
I'll put away my sword.
Okay, he puts away his blade. Leandara is still pissed. She has lost her arm to Farku. Pax, it is your turn.
Okay, so Leandara is just hanging out, but she's also not leaving, correct?
Correct.
But this guy's done. They've made truce at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy is leaving.
Correct. So the only person that has to be dealt with is Leandara, whether it be convinced to stop fighting or to kill her.
Okay. I think I come over to Leandara and see if I can't convince her to go out with her other arm.
Roll a speechcraft check and then tell me exactly what you say.
Cat.
She's very persuaded when you say cat.
Cat who was trying to 1d100 plus 10. There's my speechcraft. And then I say, come, dear. Come, dear. Let me tie up your wound, and you can leave, if not as friends, at least not as our enemy.
She looks at you, looks at her arm, looks back at her other arm, and says, everyone else has seemed to stop this fighting. I will cease as well. Truth be told, I did not anticipate that you would be as skilled of warriors as you are. Please bandage me. I don't want to die out here on the road.
Of course not. And we tie her arm up, staunch the bleeding. Yeah.
Okay. Asario comes over to his honey boo boo. That's the technical term. And also assists in the patching and bandaging of. Your groups kind of regroup.
Reg is actually, if he can, Reg is going to lift up the corpse and search it.
Okay.
Okay.
Go
I'm
ahead,
also
Miss Senna.
I'm going to speak with, I don't know, one of the members of the party that's left that isn't the Dargoth. I don't really care which one, just whichever one will listen to me. Who was this man my companions have killed?
Asario turns to you and says, he was a wealthy person. He was skilled in combat, and he was paying us to be his bodyguards and his slaves, sadly. Now, Leandara and myself, we are skilled mercenaries. This is our trade. However, for the other two, he actually owned them.
And you do not know where he came from or what sort of connections he may have had, where you were going.
Not entirely. He kept that mostly to himself. It was strictly need to know for the most part.
Thank you.
Indeed.
And I let whoever's lifting up the body. It's like I did offer them their payment from him first.
Okay.
See what's there. He's thinking something through.
On him, he has probably about 300 gold pieces, which is more than enough to cover their wage for the week. He's, despite the blood covering it, he's also wearing a plate mail chest plate. And then, of course, his iron swords and tanned hide shield and whatnot. So you can kind of take all of those things or none of those things as you see fit. Totally up to you guys.
He's going to take them off, but he's going to take that 300 gold, separate that we're going to keep for our trouble, but then it's going to take the remaining 200 and split that in half and go to each of I don't remember which one you said was the other slave.
The Basilican.
To them and hand each of them 100 and say, you're both free now. I'm going to leave it up to you to decide if the other two get some of this, depending on how they've treated you. Your own choices now.
Farkuth says, me free. You teach, but me free. Me thank. And he embraces you very happily.
Give the manliest of hugs.
Hug it out.
Shoulder bump it is. Well, after that, you guys carry on. The second day comes to a close, and after getting some much needed... Go ahead.
Can I take that chest plate of his?
Yes,
I don't think I have any actual armor.
It's a heavy mail. It's plate mail made of steel.
Ooh.
I would hand that over to whoever wanted it.
Me.
Cool. So you now have it in your... You have it on you, but you're not wearing it.
Okay. Why am I not wearing it?
Because it's made of steel.
I thought I can't use steel to kill.
Oh, yeah, sorry. That's right. My bad. For some reason, I remembered you saying you don't like steel, but that's exactly what it is. It's steel to kill.
Deadly chest bumps.
Deadly chest bumps. If I don't kill anyone with my armor, I think I'm okay.
Well, that might be a really awesome ability right there.
I was about to say, as a wrestler, you use all the parts of your body to fight.
Deadly belly flop.
For reference, the armor rating of that plate mail chest plate is 40.
Damn.
So I get a plus 40 for my... Do I get a plus 40 on my hand-to-hand?
No, it takes the place of that bonus. So if you're wearing the plate mail, you do not get the plus 50 from your hand-to-hand.
Well, that's stupid. I'm leaving the plate mail.
Okay. So the second... You're good. The second day comes to a close, and after getting some much-needed rest, the third day begins. There were no nightmares last night, which is a good sign and leaves the group relieved. As the sun reaches its apex, one of you spot the forest line and alerts the rest to it. The next leg of the journey will be through the forest. Camp is made on the outskirts of the Forest of Hope. The fourth day will be the most challenging. It is unclear as to where the druids are located, though some of you recall reading about druid groves in the past. And you can make a potency check if you would like to see if you know anything about their druid circles.
I'll do that, but I also heal myself up before we get this far, and I reward everybody.
Okay. You said reward everybody, and I was like, oh, what gift are you giving them?
Let's see.
There was my potency check was 54.
Okay. If anyone else is rolling, go ahead and roll.
Yeah, I'm going to roll in a second. I just need to...
Would have taken the chance while traveling to apologize for his outburst.
We're lucky it didn't get us killed.
I'm sorry, I wouldn't normally, I just see it happen, you know.
There's no need to apologize.
We're all still alive, so no harm done.
So, Forrester, you kind of chime up to the group that you've read in your studies in the past from your previous life that a lot of the druid groves, the druid circles, will leave signs in the forest to indicate which direction to go, when to meet, things like that. So you'll want to be looking around for things, and it's kind of up to you. So the way we're going to do this is we can have one person roll each time to kind of like spearhead the group and all search together. Or you can kind of have each person lead a section of the search, if that makes sense.
If we do each person lead the section of the search, do we have more rolls happening? Or just different people rolling? Just different people rolling. Okay. And are there any bonuses that any of our party have that would help?
It's going to be performance mostly, because you'll be looking around for things. So.
Cool. I have no performance bonuses, so you don't want me to roll. Although I was thinking, can we just set fire to a tree and see if the druids come out?
Whoa!
Wow.
That is dark.
That definitely gets the message across.
True.
I mean, just a little fire, just a little violence.
A little light arson.
Definitely a solid plan B.
There you go.
I think it would work.
All right, so who would like to go first, or do we want one specific person to lead this?
I do have plus 10 bonus to performance.
I was going to say Messina might be the best one.
Who may also have that same...
Yeah, I just have plus 10. I'm the same.
Yeah, nice.
How much potence do you have left?
50.
Okay, I have 75 left. So if you want to lead, I can step in if you start, I don't know, hitting a wall in your investigation.
Okay, that sounds good, yeah. That way we have 2 sets of eyes.
There you go.
Yeah.
We can like switch it up if I'm not feeling hot on the rolls.
Sure. Yep. Sounds good.
Cool.
All right. So, Mr. Business, go ahead and roll the first roll of the search.
Oh, bam.
All right. I'm going to kind of lead you guys elsewhere. After searching for about an hour, you find yourself... Oh, lost you. There we go.
Ooh.
After searching for about an hour, you find yourselves around the southern edge of the map here. With a... there is a chest just sitting in the... let me pull one in real quick. Just kind of loosely sitting on the ground here is a chest. You can't really tell anything about it right this second, but it's very obvious that it was not intended to be here.
That seems a little bit odd, doesn't it?
Indeed. Is it booby trapped?
Mr. Business has learned his lesson before, so I think he would.
Who brought the 10-foot pole?
Yeah.
I think I would try to investigate this thing for any traps, any like wires or anything, you know.
Roll a sneak check.
Ooh. $84.
All right. As you are trying to undo the trap, you're just kind of hitting a mental block. You know this next part of disabling it is either going to trigger the trap or actually disable it, and you're just kind of uncomfortable on what to do. So if anyone else would jump in, yeah.
Yeah, I will just.
I'll look over your shoulder. Check. Sneak check.
Yeah, go ahead.
Not much better.
Hold on, I have a little bit of background in things that people leave out that they don't want other people
Go ahead
to
and
get
roll.
in. 100, and I'm plus sneak is 20. Oops. Okay.
Reg
Nice.
begins to point out some of the same things that you've already noticed, just kind of, getting everyone on the same page. Pax, you kind of walk up at the tail end of the conversation, look over and say, "Oh, just do this," and reach down and pluck the little wire. And the trap kind of pops up as though intended, but nothing sprays out. And it is now
Thank
disabled.
goodness.
What would you guys like to do next in regards to this chest?
When she pulled the wire away, how big of a wire was it? Like, how long was it?
Not very long.
Like
a foot.
long
maybe.
enough to like flutter behind her?
No.
Okay. Then I would not swat at it, and then I will look inside the chest.
Okay. You go to lift up the top of the chest, and contrary to the last time you did this, it is actually locked.
Oh, haha! Everyone, listen, I have some skills in this area, and I could not use them earlier, but maybe this time I will have some luck, and I will try to, handle my business.
Go ahead and roll a lock-picking check.
113.
Nice. You make easy work of the lock and lift it up. You're kind of surprised because inside not only is there a bunch of gold, there are a couple of magic items. They're very obviously seeping potent energy.
Ooh. Oh no.
Don't mind my rolls. This is my favorite part of the night. Random magic item tables. So,
yeah.
You did a good job. That's some neat stuff.
Hooray!
So there is a plate mail helmet. And here's the next best part, the enchantment type, which is... So there's a plate mail helmet of stealth. It gives a plus 3 to your stealth checks.
Oh.
So you can kind of do with that what you wish. If anyone would like it in particular, go for it. Also in the chest you find 89 gold. The other item that is in there, which again I love this. It is a scythe.
Hello?
It's an underling scythe.
You are a beauty.
As you pick it up, you feel the need to pickpocket something. And through kind of looking around, you notice that the runes inscribed on it give you some magical aptitude towards that. This is a underling scythe of +2 pickpocketing.
Oh, that's neat.
I guess I can see how that works. They're too busy looking at that giant blade to realize that you're digging in their pockets.
You've discovered the secret of the magic. All right, who's leading us in the next part of this search?
Did anybody want the helmet?
I have no need of it. I'm likely the stealthiest one here.
The memories.
I'm gonna take.
I mean,
lock it on messing his head later.
There you go.
I'm more than willing to carry anything if nobody's sure about stuff yet. I'm kind of strong, so you don't have to get tired or nothing.
Is that gonna affect me negatively at all if I'm wearing this helmet of sneaky stealth?
Yes, it will. It counts as armor, so you'll be without your hand-to-hand bonus to your armor rating.
Shnikes. Seriously? So
Seriously.
like no more.
Yep.
I like my +50 hand to hand.
You like what?
Well, I get +50 hand to hand.
Yeah, it's hard to beat.
Without armor, and I keep on trying to like add armor, and it always takes away my hand to hand, and doesn't like. All right, just kidding on the helmet.
I think the breastplate doesn't even give you as much as what you get.
No, the
naked.
breastplate gave me 40.
If you have, if you took the advancement for heavy armor, you would recoup that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But actually, now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, that helmet with the plate mail breastplate may bring you over 50. Let me confirm that for you real quick. Yeah, so the armor rating for the helmet is 20, so you would get +60 wearing the plate mail and the helmet.
For hand to hand?
No, period.
No.
So your total armor rating, if you were wearing plate mail, chest, and helm, would be 110. Without it, you're at 100.
Right.
So it's an improvement.
Yeah. Okay.
And you would get +2 to stealth.
So then I get a +3 to stealth.
Or 3, I'm sorry. +2 was pickpocketing.
Right. All right. So if I'm wearing the helmet and then the heavy armor, Can I pick that back up
I think Reg has it right now.
or put back on?
Reg was literally in the moment of trying to squeeze himself into the plate mail and noticed as you looking at it and just, oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to try this back on?
May I try? All right, so I'm sorry. So that gives me what overall to an attack?
No.
Said
You're
Nothing to attack. Defense.
Yep.
That's just defense. But I don't get my plus 50 for hand-to-hand attacking.
No. Your attacking is fine. It's just your armor rating.
I don't think you get plus 50 to attacking, right?
That's
For
just
hand
20.
to hand? Yeah, I think it's just 20.
Yeah, it's plus 20. The 50 is your armor
The
rating.
50's for your armor. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So.
I'm very confused. I'm sorry.
You're good. All right. Who's rolling our next leg of this search?
I see. Sorry.
I can do it.
Go ahead and roll.
How much did you spend on the last one?
This is a performance check.
Oh, I forgot.
you-
And I don't think I spent any of my potency on it. I forgot.
you can't spend potency on performance checks?
No, this is just a straight roll.
Ah.
I could do it.
I think
okay.
Masena was rolling this one. You can do the next
Okay.
one, Caden.
Oh, you're gonna do it?
No, you could do it. I mean, if you want to.
Oh, that's okay. He beat me.
Okay. Then Masena, you'll do the next one. Caden, as you're...
The die's already on the table.
Yeah, I gotcha. Caden, as you're searching around, you kind of lead the group over to this direction. There we go. As you reach the end of the trees, you notice 3 very large wolves. You've clearly discovered where their kind of den was. They come out from the trees, definitely not happy that you're here. They're snarling at you and are prepared to fight you. What do you do?
I want to say, hold on, everyone. Maybe these are my friends. And I want to step forward and say, are you my friends from earlier?
Where do you place yourself?
I'll step forward and try to make sure I lift my arm so they can smell me.
Okay. This one, to the northernmost part of the den, kind of ferociously walks towards you, clearly trying to check you out. He reaches down, or extends his nostrils over to you, to your arm, and takes a bite out of it. Oh.
I was hopeful that
They're not
it would work out.
They're not my friends from before.
Does 116 hit?
Yes, it does.
Does 73 hit?
No, it does not.
All right, you take 25 points of damage from your ward. So the way I'm going to do this, I'm just going to give you additional health
Okay.
and deduct from that during this fight. So,
Copy that.
with that, everyone roll initiative.
Reg is going to pull out New Cuddy.
All right. So that the turn order is established. Our first person up is Masena.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw my magic sword, and so I can charge at this wolf, right? I can get up here and attack.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and I'm gonna do that.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
So, 16.
You land a hit, dealing 16 damage to this wolf. Your skills are improving with your blade.
I thought the damage on it was still just 6.
Oh, yeah.
Plus 10.
No, you're right. So you
Okay.
deal 6 damage to it. Thank you. With that, it is Caden's turn.
I'm gonna smack the same wolf.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, brother.
That is a hit.
That's 41 with the sword.
Nice. After Caden, it is Mr. Business.
I'm gonna punch him too.
Oh, go for it.
Ooh, nice.
I'm gonna do a Mr. Business spin with that punch, like an uppercut.
There you go.
Nice.
That is definitely a hit. How much damage do you do?
I don't know. It says plus 20 damage for hand to hand.
Okay,
I don't know
so
what the base is.
your base is 5. Yeah, I think it's 5. We're going to roll with 5 right now.
25.
Cool. That means your bonus would be 25 as well.
What's that?
That means your bonus would be 25 as well.
No, I mean, if I have a base 5 and I got a bonus of plus 20, it's 25 damage.
Yeah, but I'm saying your bonus to attack would also be 25.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. I gotcha.
You're good. After Caden is Mr. Business.
All right. Definitely spurred on by my friend showing some wrestling prowess. I'm going to super kick this wolf in the face.
Okay.
One of these.
Hit.
Alright, so that's 35 damage. And then also deliver a European uppercut, hopefully to continue to knock him back.
Another hit.
Hooray, another 35 damage.
As Masena cuts the wolf along its flank, Caden steps up immediately after and does the slash spin move with a backhanded punch. Mr. Business leaps on the other side of the wolf and just gives him the 1-2 punch to the face. Reg, it is your turn.
Reg is going to grab his new scythe, which is currently referred to as new cutty. He's going to aim for this one here and try it out.
Okay.
Bad dog.
Which one? This one? The one to your right? The one to your right, Reg?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. All right, that is a hit. You deal 50 damage.
75 with that one.
Cool. Good hit. It's got a huge gash along its side, in much the same place Masena hit the wolf that she's fighting. Pax, you are up next.
We've got 2 damaged wolves, correct? This one and this one.
Correct.
Pax is actually feeling really good because she's got all her fancy armor on.
Nice.
So she's gonna charge right in to this guy and give him a ye old 1-2 punch.
Nice.
So I do 1. Do I do 2?
Yep. Yeah, you would do the same
With a
thing
plus
twice.
20 on each one.
25.
25.
You walk right up to him and just confidently lay the beat down right on its face. You deal a total of 50 spread between your 2 attacks to the wolf that has been untouched up to this point. The wolves get a chance to retaliate in kind. The wolf that Caden, Mr. Business, and Masena are fighting is probably the most angry right now. He's going to try and tail whip Mr. Business. I'm assuming that's a hit.
Ooh. Yeah, just
Where's
a hit.
defense?
Wait, you have the plus 40 armor rating.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so that
Thank
is not
you.
a hit. And then Masena, he's going to try and bite you while he's tail whipping Mr. Business.
All right, so am I still wear? Can I still wear the other armor that I have with the tunic?
Yes.
And I guess I didn't write down the armor value for that. Does anyone know the armor value for tanned leather since we all have it?
It's a total of 40.
So
The advancements.
total
If you
of
have
40.
if you have all 4 items, all 4 pieces, it's 40. And then if you have the advancement, you get 5 per each piece you're wearing.
I don't have the advancement. How many pieces do I have? I guess I was never clear on that.
There's 4 pieces,
Oh,
yeah.
I have all 4 pieces. Okay.
Yep.
So then, all told, it looks like my armor is 100. So.
Perfect. And then plus 40 from the ward, which means...
Oh, yeah. So 140.
The wolf does not hit you. You're able to dodge out of the way, thankfully. The wolf in front of you, Pax, is going to try and bite you now. And in much the same way, it is going to miss as well. And then the wolf in front of you, Reg, is going to run up and try and bite you. But you guys are so strong nowadays that it can't do it. It is back to Masena.
All right. Well, I'm going to swing at the wolf again.
Just
Suck at rolling.
You're good. You go to swing in response to its attack against you, but it's a little too quick for you. Caden, you're up next.
Oh, okay.
That is a hit. And then
So
are
that's
you going
41.
to do your spin move?
Yep, I'm going to do my spin move, and I'm just going to naturally assume that it's on its last leg, and try to run through it with the with that attack.
Okay. You hit. It's still alive, but you do deal some good damage to it. You kind of follow through on your punch and rotate it a little ways from the force of your impact.
Well, now I just look silly punching it and running to the next one.
You're good. Mr. Business?
Oh, yes. All right. I will continue to lay the hurt down on this guy right in front of me.
Go for it.
Okay.
That is a critical hit. So on your first hit, you give him the elbow to the top of the skull, which just completely incapacitates it.
Nice.
Now, with that second attack, would you like to apply it to another wolf in the area?
Yeah, I think if I hit him, then I'll just kind of quickly dart backwards and deliver a nice super kick to this guy right here.
Okay, that also lands, dealing 35 points of damage to him.
All right.
Reg, you're up.
All right, so Reg is going to move over just a little bit so there's no accidental hitting of Mr. Business with the scythe.
He
Smart
appreciates
thinking.
that.
You connect expertly, dealing 71. 71 points of damage, correct?
75.
5. All right. You take off one of its legs. It's kind of flopping on the floor, attempting to get its bearings. Pax, your turn.
Still feeling pretty good and grappling with him again.
Both very solid hits. while it's trying to dodge around and attack you, you're able to land some blows as it's missing you. And you kind of feel the adrenaline of combat kick in as you start to just zone into what you're doing. It's their turn again. They are super snarly and ferocious. Pax, this is against you. It misses. This is against Mr. Business and Reg. Both are misses. They realize that their compatriot is dead, and they have no hope of trying to win this fight. And they turn tail and run. They just take off at a dead sprint, and they rush off into the forest from whence they came, and they are completely gone.
And they call us scaredy cats.
Now,
the leg he just chopped off and be like, anyone else gonna eat this?
Oh no! Do we need to look at the downed wolf to see if, I don't know, he was carrying anything?
You can try to inspect it, yeah. Go ahead and roll a performance check, Pax.
Now, with performance checks, I don't add any extras to that. It's just a straight roll, right?
Unless you have the performance advancements, correct.
Do I? Nope, I don't have performance. Cool. Well...
you find a lot of fur and blood. To the best of your ability, you've determined that it has no signs of a druid grove nearby, but you did find out that it was once alive.
Yep, that checks out.
I'm a smart one.
It didn't have a collar or anything, right?
Nope, these are wild.
Straight up wild wolf.
Yeah, completely wild. Masena, I believe you're leading the next part of the search.
Sure. Let's see.
That is just marvelous.
Ooh, nice.
As Masena leads you about, just something about her intuition gives you guys some confidence in not only where you're going, but what you're looking for. You find a loosely hidden path here beneath the not beneath, but to the east again. There's a tree that's just slightly sticking out. You almost miss the path, but Masena, your keen eyes alerted everybody, or saw it, and you alerted everybody to, hey, we need to go down this path. What do you do?
Good find. Good job.
Yeah. I say we explore.
All right.
I will go in third.
Perfect. You notice an inscription on a rock nearby, chiseled out. After some rough After some rough translation, it reads, "Ahead is the circle where the spirits meet. When the moon is right, and the protectors shall greet." Carrying onward, you see flames in the distance. Keep traveling south.
Is it nighttime right now?
It's getting towards there.
Can you reread the inscription one more time for me?
Mm-hmm. It says, "Ahead is the circle where the spirits meet. When the moon is right, the protectors shall greet."
Oh, this must be the gathering. They leave signs.
When the
Masena told us earlier.
Yeah.
So you
How do
carry
we know
on.
if the moon is right?
You carry on southward to the edge of your vision. As you walk into the clearing that is even more south than you've been traveling, you notice that bodies are strewn about the floor in the center of the druid circle that you've been searching for. And in the center of that circle is a small group of well-armored Emerald Guardsmen, their brooches and uniforms telling their affiliation. The leader greets the party. Welcome, couriers. I believe that you have on you something that belongs to our mutual friend Pausus. We demand it, and in return, we will leave peacefully.
I think you're mistaken. I have never met Pausus. He was dead when I found him.
Yep, can't say we ever met him.
Well, that's quite unfortunate. Although, rest assured, he entrusted us with the knowledge and instructions of what to do with the lion's head totem once we retrieve it. So why don't you hand it over and we'll be about our way.
That's a negatory.
I'm thinking not. That this doesn't seem like a smart business idea.
You've all kind of meandered at this point up to kind of around the vicinity of the druid circle. You've kind of stepped over some of the dead woodsmen's and the people who were involved in the druid circle. You notice that there's really only a handful of Emerald Guardsmen, sorry. Just the 5 of them, and then the captain is one of the 5. He responds to your statements. Well then, what might persuade you? Is it money? Is it power? Is it a seat at our table? How can we get this artifact from you?
It's kind of hard to say, considering we met some friends of yours, if I remember correctly, to kill us. And we don't really like people trying to kill us.
Well, I have good news for you then. It was not us trying to kill you. They were a section of our organization hired without our knowledge. Should it have gone through the proper channels, I trust and I hope that it will go there in the future. Nothing would have come of harm to you. You would have been completely fine.
We
Typical
were completely
communication
fine.
error. Pardon me?
I said we were completely fine.
Well, you don't have to worry about them making any sort of mistakes again. We kind of took care of it.
Ah, good. Good. Well, that's...
My name's Reg, by the way. What's yours?
You can call me Captain. That is my preferred title.
Weird name, but okay, Captain.
Well, Mr.
Something
Captain.
stirs within me when I hear it said.
That's okay.
Tell me, Captain, have you seen the spirit?
I've seen many spirits in my time. Describe the one of which you speak.
No, not one of many spirits. The spirit that appears to you when you have the lion head totem.
Seeing as how I have not had the lion's head totem, no, I'm not familiar with the spirit of which you speak.
Actually, you don't need
there-
it. You just need to be after it, apparently.
Well, if, let's say, you were to hand it to me, I would meet this spirit, and I would do my best to rid you of its nuisance.
See, I don't think that's going to happen. Because the spirit that appeared to us told us under no uncertain circumstances that the totem is to be returned only to its rightful owner. And you, sir, are not that.
While that is true, I am not the rightful owner. Our missions may coincide, for I am to return it to its rightful owner. Which is not Pausus.
We can handle that for you then.
Who would that be?
That is under a strict need-to-know basis, and you do not need to know.
We
I
have
feel like we
totems.
do.
We need to know.
Yeah, because we were also tasked with protecting the totem.
By whom?
The ghost that stabs you in the sleep.
I think there's a different ghost. This guy was really nice.
Quite
And you got
odd.
the nice ghost.
He looked out.
Here's what I'm prepared to do. I can offer you each 1,000 gold coins for the artifact.
What about the other things you said? The power and the seat at your table.
Ah, indeed. Should you like to join our organization, you've already proved yourself worthy. You've retrieved an artifact, you've fended off assassins, why you've found your way to this druid's grove, which is no simple task. You've already proven yourself, and I would be honored for you to join me and my organization by my side as we continue to do our work. Now, in regards to power, the seat I speak of at our table comes with such power. Things like financial gain, things like political influence, things like weapons and armor of the utmost quality.
Huddle.
Masana, do you really think this man is trustworthy?
I don't know, but do we really want to hang on to this artifact, which we aren't in? All we know it does for sure is light up and drive its owner insane. I know for one, I would like a little bit of recognition.
I'm looking around at the bodies. Are any of these bodies appear to be like druids, or they just appear to be common folk?
All of them are druids.
So...
There are people that have been living in the woods, communing with nature. There's various races, but they all seem to share the same kind of style, not only of clothing, but also of the way they used to live.
Yeah.
Upton, tell me this. Why did you find it necessary to murder a bunch of nature worshippers?
Why, my dear, it was merely self-defense. See, in trying to find our way here, we stumbled upon some of the signs meant to keep those who shouldn't know away, but we proved to be knowledgeable enough to find this place, and when we found it, they attacked us. We tried to reason, but it did not work. They were just very angry that we had found their altar here. Go ahead and roll a speechcraft check, Pax.
Oh, I was about to say, yeah.
Hold on. Speechcraft is 10.
You believe that he's telling the truth. If anyone else would like to roll as well, you're more than welcome to.
I think I might, because it's like I feel as a showman, I feel like maybe he's putting on a little bit of some air.
I don't believe. I mean, they murder these druids. If these druids attack them, are they armed?
They can transform,
you see some like wooden weapons and stuff like that, like staves and clubs and things.
Like they were clearly at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
True, but
It doesn't make sense that they would attack well.
Go ahead and roll.
For no reason.
Let's see if you believe what he's saying. The roll to beat for those listening is 101. Caden rolled a 73. Everyone
I
thus
can't beat
far,
a 101 with the D100.
True. Everyone thus far believes that the Emerald Guardsmen were attacked when they found the Druid's Grove. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you believe they are completely good-natured. That just means that in regards to these druids, what he's saying is making sense. Whether or not you get a vibe about him, completely beside the point. You just believe that he believes that this was self-defense. Whether or not you think it's right or not is whatever. But you believe he's telling the truth.
Either way, we're not giving you the artifact.
Yeah.
So...
Wait. We need to wait for... Wait. Oh, no, never mind. Sorry. I was thinking about the inscription said something about when the moon is right. What happens when we wait for the moon is right? Was that for when the druids were coming out?
You believe so.
Okay.
He walks forward and says, well, there's one of two ways this can go then, because it does appear that we are at an impasse. You may travel with me and deliver the artifact yourself and see whom I serve and hopefully join me in my organization, or we can simply take it from you.
Well, I don't believe we have any desire to just travel someplace unbeknownst with you when we have sort of an appointment here.
Well,
Mr. Business.
You say you have an appointment here. Who was your appointment with?
I believe the druids.
The druid.
So unfortunately, I don't know. I think we came here for information.
Well,
I don't believe we'll find any.
It appears your appointment has been met, though with the wrong people. You see, all of the druids that were here in the circle are still in the circle, but not able to speak.
I whisper to my comrades, remember the inscription.
Wait, which inscription?
Very clearly fresh in your mind, you remember what Caden had translated. Ahead is the circle where the spirits meet.
Yeah.
When the moon is right, and the protectors shall greet.
We just need to wait for the moon to be right.
Can you try talking? Maybe that ghost thing will listen to you if you talk to the statue or to the line thing.
I mean, yeah, maybe if I can like try to whisper to it and be like, "Hey,
What if?
We have the pressing point of the fact that there's people watching us right now.
yeah."
I mean,
What if
they know we have it.
What are you
What
saying,
if you're
Pax?
able to light it up again? Maybe.
I mean, I feel like if I pull it out, they're. I don't know.
Can you duck behind that that outcropping right there? I don't know. I just wonder if you light it up at the right time, if something will happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Come behind me real quick.
So light it up.
So I mean, it sounds like if we're thinking we're gonna take the waiting till the moon route.
You don't have much longer to wait.
Yeah.
Like at
Like
this
maybe-
point, it's been a little while.
Yeah. Well, how about we need to get to know y'all a little better before we travel the road. So maybe we just everyone camp here for the night, and we get to get to know each other better. Maybe if one of you is a wrestler, we can put on a show. What do you say, Captain?
If it would sway you, then yes, we will meet your demands. Let us spend the evening together and discern one another's intentions as well as aptitude. You take the far corner over there with your encampment. I will take the southwestern corner for mine. We shall perform for one another, I suppose, though it does sound weird, this wrestling thing you're talking of.
Yeah, well, don't worry about it. I'll sway you on it. I'll sway everyone on it. It's a great, it's a great show. But yeah, that sounds great. Why don't y'all go to your corner? We'll go to ours. We'll set up camp. We'll start cooking. Gathering some wood, and we'll get to this thing.
Okay. You take to the eastern side of the Druid Grove. Probably the weirdest thing about this experience is all the dead bodies around.
Yeah.
Captain kind of leans on one of the southeastern pillars and is just kind of watching you, your whole encampment, trying to see your demeanor, how you're interacting with one another. After a while, his guardsmen are getting their camp set up, and he kind of walks over to you as you finish setting yours up. And he walks over and simply states, "So, tell me, from what I understand and what I've read on your group, you all are recent comrades."
What
Wait,
you
how-
read on?
Yeah, how have you read anything about our group?
What
Well, the
bulletins have you been reading?
The Emerald Guardsmen are well informed. I will say that much. That is one of the benefits you would have should you join us. Now, I would like to know more about your adventuring group here.
So you're well informed. So you knew that the your comrades were going to attack us, but they didn't know that they shouldn't.
No. You see, most of my information has come after the fact. When someone is searching around Koldir for information regarding a hermit searching for an artifact in a mausoleum, that's something suspicious that the Emerald Guardsmen need to know.
Intelligence is the greatest form of flattery.
We will definitely share with you the biggest secret of our group. Fellows, I think we should tell him what the secret of our success is. Don't you?
Captain leans in, anticipating. He's very curious as to what it could possibly
I am sure that from here out, all of the Emerald Guardsmen will be doing this. Are you ready? I don't know if I should tell you. I don't know if my companions would be all right. We don't trust you yet, but I feel compelled that I should share our secret with you.
Indeed. Please, inform me. I wish to know.
Yes. We have instituted the buddy system.
That one was my idea, you see.
The look on his face goes from sheer happiness to just complete disappointment in the matter of a moment. He kind of rests back on his haunches and just kind of looks at the ground and simply states, "You've got to be kidding me."
Are you not impressed?
No, I mean...
Not only am I not impressed, I'm pretty confident I will institute the complete opposite of that should I ever hear the buddy system again.
I think you're getting the finer points of it. You see Caden there. That's Caden. He's my buddy, so we stick together. So, I mean, we both can't get lost separately. Because Mr. Business got lost for a little bit, and then I was like, oh, that's not a good idea. We don't want to all just end up lost by ourselves. So let's stick together with a buddy.
Well, that's not bad. Well, that doesn't seem... No, it still seems pretty awful. I'm not going to introduce that. I tried there for a moment, but I can't. I shan't. And most importantly, I won't.
Well, that is disappointing.
Mean about it, jeez.
As the night goes on, an eerie glow begins to take hold around the pillars. It is quite odd. And let me kind of get this back. There we go. The pillars
Gonna get me again.
No, maybe it's the good one that Mr. Business talked to.
It's never a good one for Reg.
So as the night descends, the eerie glow that is very familiar to each of you, with the exception of Mr. Business, begins to emanate from the druid circle. Captain looks around and states, "What is this? What's happening?
Your worst nightmare."
I don't know, but I'm gonna try this. And I pull out the lion's head thing, and I pour all of my potency into it.
As that happens, a very large spirit kind of materializes in the middle of the druid circle.
There's the jelly ghost. He can cut you in your sleep.
He looks around or it rather, looks around and says, "Who did this? These protectors should not be dead."
That's what we said.
Sir Ghost, Have you met the captain?
You shall be my new protectors, or you will be dead.
Wait, who is he talking to at this point?
You can't discern who he's talking to.
Ah, fun.
What does
So-
the captain do with that information? Like, how's he reacting?
The captain turns around and very slowly starts inching forward. The other Emerald Guardsmen seem to do the same. They follow suit, kind of just from their camp, marching towards the center of the circle. The captain addresses the spirit. Mighty Spectre, Spirit, I, Captain of the Emerald Guardsmen, would be honored to pledge my allegiance to you and become one of your protectors. He kneels down, as do the other Emerald Guardsmen. The Spectre turns his gaze towards your group. What say you?
They killed your protectors.
Yeah.
Those guys are the reason you ain't got protectors. We're the reason the totem is here, so you know.
You have the totem.
Yeah, I've got the totem, and I kind of hold out the shining...
The spirit cowers in fear almost. He goes back. The totem begins to glow brighter than it's ever glowed before, almost as though it's trying to combat the spirit from inside its linings. The specter turns to the captain and he says, "You protectors, protect me from that vile thing. Kill its owners."
That's an interesting turn of events.
Cut in time.
The Emerald Guardsmen begin to kind of like unquestioningly march forward. Captain turns around and goes, "You've heard my employer." The spirit is still cowering in fear as long as the totem has been exposed and is glowing brightly. So, with that, let's roll initiative.
As always, I'm picking daisies.
I was making daisies that one time with a 6.
Yeah.
Squirrel.
Jordan was the 40 for Reg.
Yeah.
Okay. And Ed is 90 for Mr. Business.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Business is up first. Lay it on me.
Okay. Well, I don't understand your sudden heel turn, but, you know, damn if I won't meet the challenge. And I'm just going to run right at the captain. And just, like, kind of do a Superman, like a running Superman punch at him.
Okay. Go for it.
No.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
You can try and... so you leap at him and definitely just misjudge the distance. You can roll a performance check to try and turn it into a midair front flip and maybe try and kick him with your second attack.
That's what I definitely want to try to, like, kind of spin as I'm flying past him, be like, all right, can I get something in? No.
As you leap, your footing is off. You leap into the air and attempt to do a front flip. But what ends up happening, you basically land on your side, like draw me as like one of your French girls next to him. You're looking up at him. They have all of their swords drawn, and you just leap to your feet and try and get your bearings again as the combat continues.
Great. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was not excellent roll.
Pax, you're up next.
I dash in between ish. I can't get there. between as close to between Mr. Business and the guardsman as I can.
Okay.
And encourage, and I shout to him, Mr. Business, I know you're kind. Use your cat-like ability and run the totem straight to the spirit. Charge it up, light it up. Because he's obviously afraid of it. So, like, get it as close to him as possible. And so to try to get Mr. Business some leeway through the guardsman here, I'm going to hand to hand. I guess the guard here.
Okay, go for it.
The captain, Mr. Captain.
Mr. At the real captain.
At the
Pax runs up, armored and ready.
What was it? Sorry, I forgot. It was a plus
25.
25.
Yep. She goes to just land a solid punch, and she does. It is a critical hit with a natural 98. Her first punch lands expertly, dealing 50 points of damage. The second one, she's kind of almost amazed at how well the first one hit, that she forgot she was even throwing a second one, and it just kind of whiffs past.
You guys are all good at that.
We're the punch brigade, apparently.
Punch.
With that, it is the Emerald Guardsman's turn. Captain goes to swing at you, Pax. 120 does not hit with your ward.
Try.
The second attack does not hit either. Ed, while you're trying to get your bearings with Mr. Business, the Emerald Guardsmen both go to attack you. 126 does not hit with your ward, nor does 63. Nope. These other two guardsmen rush towards you, Reg, and the other one rushes towards you, Caden. They're using heavier weapons, so you kind of fear a little bit more. 173 to hit, Reg.
That'll do it.
The sad truth is that's also a critical hit.
I'm aware.
Okay, so Reg takes 152 points of damage, and his ward. I'm sorry.
Don't forget the ward.
Yeah, and your ward is gone. You're at 118 health now.
Oh, that hurt.
Caden, you're attacked for 115. Does that hit? Caden?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And that's with the ward, correct?
That's what?
That's with the ward?
Yes.
Cool. So
right,
you
because
take...
I get 50 for hand-to-hand and 40 for the ward, puts me at 90.
Yep. So you take 76 points of... Whoa, what just happened? 76 points of damage plus your 40 again puts you at 244 health.
Wait, is there a base? Is there a base that I'm supposed to have too?
50.
Yeah, so you should be at 100. And then 140 with the thing. I think we all have the same armor right now if we're unarmed and hand-to-hand.
Correct.
Oh, so I have... Okay, so then that won't hit.
Okay, so then you're back at full health then. All right.
Yeah, I was forgetting the base at base. But when I started thinking about it, I'm like, well, if I didn't have the ward or anything, people would hit me with a 1.
Yeah, true. All right, that is their turn. Reg is not looking so hot. With that, it is now Reg's turn.
Okay, so Reg is going to move. Not what I'm clicking, sorry. Move up this way since his scythe has reach, and he's going to swing it. This guy, trying to put a little distance between them.
You go to try and land your hit on him, and it just kind of scrapes off of the rounded pieces of his armor. You don't deal any damage.
Oh, that's no good.
Yep. Masena, you are up next.
All right. So this guy's not engaged with anyone, right?
Correct.
He's engaged with Reg, technically.
Yeah, but
right?
he's not near anyone. He can't attack anyone without moving right now.
Oh, because he's got the reach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to try and hit him with my magic sword.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Wow.
You go to swing, and he blocks it with his shield, and it does nothing. You are feeling, though, that you're getting a lot better handle on your blade. You feel like you've gone from just wildly swinging it to you kind of understand the weight balance and stuff like that. So you find that you're hitting closer to your target a little bit more. The thing you're challenged with is some of the reactions that your enemies are having to your attacks.
Sure.
Caden, you're up next.
All right, the guy that tried to hit me, I'll try to return the favor.
All right, go ahead and roll. You swing with your sword, and it just bounces off his armor. You didn't really get a connecting hit very well. I'm assuming you're doing your spin move.
Yep.
Roll. You just kind of... Ladies and gentlemen, that's a natural 2. So instead of doing your spin move and connecting, you actually kind of forget to throw your arm out, and so you end up just doing like a jump spin and like plant your feet, and like you're ready for your next attack. So it's more of like a flourish than an actual combat move.
Gotcha.
So back to Mr. Business.
All right. I think I'll, heed what my new friend says and just try to kind of dodge past these guys and holding out the lion, run toward the ghost.
Okay. As you near the spirit, it is kind of backed up against this pole, or the pillar rather. It's definitely stuck there. As you continue to press forward, the spirit begins shrinking slightly. It's still pressed up against the pillar there, but definitely not as large or intimidating. It kind of hisses back in response. Kill them!
Tell your men to stop, or I will destroy you.
Fool, you cannot destroy me. I am but spirit. You just have an item I despise.
All right, I'll walk closer.
All right. It continues to shrink even more. It's still there. You kind of get the feeling that you could probably attack it and deal some damage to it, though you don't know how to banish it completely.
Yeah. All right. Then, keeping it small, I will definitely I'll throw my two little jabs in there, little chops.
Both of those are hits. And as you punch with the totem in one of the hands, the connecting hit, you feel an explosion of that cyan light come out from your hand, out from the totem, and envelop the spirit completely. It continues to shrink and dissipate, and as it's doing so, you hear it say, "Heed my warnings. One spirit or two both have their agendas." And it fades off into nothingness.
Huh.
Pax, you're up.
I want to fall back a little bit and use my bow.
Okay.
And plus for my bow was some
I think it was 41 offhand.
41. Sounds pretty good.
You knock your arrow in the bow and you let it rip, and it connects, dealing 41 points of damage to Captain. Let's see. After Pax is the enemies. Unhappy with your insolence and the buddy system, Captain walks forward to attack you. He swings wildly and misses. There's something that almost is making the Emerald Guardsmen kind of off their game. It's as though they suddenly forgot somewhat how to fight. They're trying their hardest. He goes to swing at you with his second attack, and it does not connect. Caden, the one in front of you, rolls to attack you with his plus 76. It does not land. Masena, the one in front of you, rolls to attack you. 84 does not connect. Let's see. And then Reg, this one runs up to you. That is a critical hit.
Ooh.
Well, this ain't good, guys. Oh wait, no, hold on. It's still a critical. It's still a critical hit, but his bonus is 46, not 76. Sorry, I got those mixed up.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, Masena, the roll against you a second ago was 76. It still would not have connected. But Reg, you take 92 points of damage.
Oh, not doing so good over here, guys.
I was about to say, I was like, there's no way I just killed you with the one-handed sword guy. But that's very close. And then, Mr. Business, this Emerald Guardsman runs up next to you, and he is going to attack you with his two attacks. And wow, they rolled the same number twice. Interesting. With that, it is Reg's turn.
So first things first. Reg is going to swing for the fences. First things first.
That connects. The guy closest to you.
75 points of damage.
Okay.
Reg is going to, let's see, how many squares can he go? Let's see, 1, 2, 3,
Keep in mind
4,
you can expend
5,
stamina to run.
I'm gonna burn some stamina just to kind of run around the pillars to try and get a little breathing room. Sorry, Masena.
So you spend 40 stamina?
You got this.
After that is Masena.
Oh no.
Yeah. Let's see. Reg went all the way over there. Yeah, I'm gonna go this way.
Okay. Caden, you're up. Alrighty. Caden rolls to hit. He connects, dealing 41 points of damage. Now, Caden, you're attacking the same one you were attacking a moment ago, right? I'm assuming yes. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking to mute.
There we go. Cool. So you land your attack on that one. Go ahead and roll your second attack.
Yeah.
That doesn't quite land. You kind of land your hand against the armor, and it doesn't quite do anything.
Okay.
Mr. Business, back to you.
All right. Well, seeing that my friends who are in dire straits have made some space, I will continue to attack, or I will attack the guy who attacked me in front of me. And I'll give him 2 quick chops across the chest. Bam.
Both connect. Both are hits. You deal 70 points of damage total. After Mr. Business is Pax.
Where's the captain? Is he right in front of me now? Still?
Yeah, he's right here.
Is this him? Okay, cool. Let me see if I can shoot him again.
Go for it. The arrow just bounces off his shield and kind of ricochets off the pillar to your right. At this point, everyone make a potency check. And just to reiterate, declare what you're adding before you roll. Or just add it to your roll. Jordan puts Reg puts all his potency in. He's not about to die right now.
Reg needs this.
Caden puts 40 in, rolls a 99. Reg had a 94, Caden 99.
I will declare 25.
Mr. Business rolls a 109. All very high rolls thus far, pretty good. Lauren rolls a 91.
Sorry, I missed it.
Sorry.
What are we rolling?
Potency check.
Okay. Oh, did my potency refresh?
Yes, every turn you regenerate 10 stamina and 10 potency.
Oh, right. Okay.
Man, everyone rolled within 10 points of 100. That's great. As the spirit has now been dealt with, the aura around this druid circle begins to fade pretty rapidly. As it does so, you notice the Emerald Guardsmen all begin to wither pretty horrifically. They each start bleeding profusely from their skin, from any orifice on their body. It's pretty darn gruesome. You can hear almost snickering in the background, as though the spirit is still here, but you clearly cannot see it. They all take 150 points of damage. The aura that is surrounding the camp finishes dissipating. Let me try and find where it is. And finally disappears completely, and you are left with some very injured Emerald Guardsmen, the dead bodies, and then yourselves. They each go to... They all are trying to run at this point. They don't know what just happened. They don't know what curse has been bestowed upon them, but they know that they got to get out of here, and they got to get out of here quick. The only one that doesn't run is Captain, because he's got a vendetta against you, Pax.
Oh, no.
Aw,
Reg is gonna get out of the way.
He goes to swing and misses horribly, but he's going to attempt a shield bash. Does 124, that does not hit, correct?
I don't know what number am I
140.
Yeah, with
No.
yeah.
So you are safe for the time being. With that, it is Reg's turn.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's gonna run past Mr. Business. It still feels like this guy's not gonna stop until we're all dead. And he was actually got reach, so I don't need to be that close.
Go ahead and roll. You go to swing, but you're so tired and fatigued and blood everywhere that you can't make a clean attack, and you end up missing him.
Sorry, there was 2 of them there.
Messena, your go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up here and I'm gonna try and hit this guy.
Go for it.
Hit Captain. Plus 60.
That is a wonderful hit. You deal the 6 damage to him. Caden, you're up.
All right. I am going to attack him as I run past him.
Okay. That is a hit. You deal 41 damage to him.
And I keep going, and I hook my boy Reg up with the ward, and
Nice.
I take 25 damage.
Thank you, Caden.
All right. After Caden is Mr. Business.
All right. I too will join the effort if he refuses to, do anything else. I'm gonna kind of run through everyone and then jump and punch him, exclaiming that you guessed it, it's business time. And
The first one does not connect. The second one, you basically do a Mortal Kombat style. You punch through his chest and remove his heart. No, I'm joking. No, you clock him in the head, back of the head, and with as much force as you have holding the totem, it creates a pretty severe gash, and he is done for. He falls to the ground. After dealing with the Emerald Guardsman, the area is searched thoroughly. Any signs that point to the what and why of the artifact would prove helpful, but there are no signs of the druid's dealings. However, on the body of the Emerald Guardsman captain, there is a note soaked in his blood. It simply reads this: Emerald Guardsman, you have been chosen to fulfill the desires of our organization. Return the Lion's Head Soul Siphon to its rightful owners, and you will be granted a larger sphere of influence within Violka. Should you fail, your organization will be dealt with swiftly and discreetly. Deep within your heart stirs for answers. Your heart stirs for answers. And you know that those answers lie in the city of Violka. And with that, we will end it until next week. Have a safe week. We hope you enjoyed. From all of us here at Shattered Dungeons, have a great week.